Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic seer and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for this mid-month psychic tarot update for May 2025. Please be sure to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in May and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, some months your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from your cusp sign, so you may want to check that out. I just want to let you know that I have recorded some special video series for some upcoming astrological events that are occurring. First of all, the Neptune in Aries psychic tarot readings. They are on Vimeo. Also, my Saturn in Aries psychic tarot readings are also available on Vimeo, and my psychic crystal readings for May 2025 are also on Vimeo. Those links are down below in the description box in the Show More section, and eventually I get the links on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page, but it does take me quite a while to get those on there. So, you know, they may not be on the website yet, but the links will be down below. The Neptune in Aries is a 14-year time period. Those readings were almost an hour long each. And the Saturn in Aries is going to last for 2.5 years. So those are long time predictions there. So all that being said, now on to your mid-month psychic tarot update for May 2025. And I'm starting with the sign of Aries. Aries, the first card you have for mid-month of May is the Two of Rods. And this is partnership in business, partnership in romance, or it could be something that you're creating and doing and putting out there into the world. You may feel in May, you really want to show people what you can do. It could also be you're just naturally going to do it. You either want to do it or you naturally will be doing it, wanting to show people what you can do. This could be like skills, talents, knowledge, anything on that line. And you may really feel like you want to make a big impression or a big splash on some scene. So it could be at a party, a gathering, a celebration. It could be at an event or like a job fair or a webinar, seminar, some, other type of event that you're going to attend. You could be demonstrating your talents and skills, or just showing up. Maybe you just want to show up and look good and, feel good. But some of you, it could be about making your, displaying your talents and your skills and even your knowledge. Or things you've created. Because I feel like whatever you're doing in May, it could be in an event, it could be online, that people are going to be impressed about what you bring forward, what you bring out. Because I see people going, oh, whoa, like, wow, that's pretty good. Like, so, take advantage of that energy in this mid-month of May. You may even be showing people how they can develop their talents and their skills. So you could be instructing others here as well. And you may really be holding the door open for people to come in your life. So if you've been more alone or closed off or just busy with, work or everyday things, or maybe you've just been more isolated, In May, you're going to be more social. You're opening the door for people to come into your life. This could be friends, it could be loves, it could be new clients or customers. So the card you have with it, Aries, is the Magician. And this card, the Magician, showed up for Aries and Virgo this month, mid-month. So the Magician is the card of the manifester. What we think about, we bring about. What's in the ethers and in the spiritual plane and in your mind, you can manifest into physical reality, and you have all the tools in front of you with which to do so. This card could also indicate trickster energy sometimes. You may be really thinking and trying to figure out how fast you can do something. So you could have a lot on your plate, like tasks you need to do at home, or jobs you need to do for work, or it could even be how fast you can run. How fast can you run? How fast can you complete a task? Like, you're going to be looking at, for some reason, how fast you can get something done or do something in mid-May. You may be really, really paying strong attention to astrology. You may feel like, I need to map out my life based on the astrological influences. You may even want to get your a solar return chart done, or have a consultation with an astrologer that could clue you in about planets in your chart, transiting your chart, and their movements, because you may be I feel like you're really going to be concerned about timing, the timing you do things, or how long it takes to do something. You have to exercise control over yourself and guard yourself and protect yourself, because I feel that you're going to think or feel that there is someone or people trying to take your power away from you. Now, this could be official people, like government officials, laws, rules, regulations, but it could be bosses, spouses, a spouse, bosses, family members. I don't know, but it's somewhere you're like analyzing this and looking at it like, I got to protect myself. Somebody's trying to take my power away from me. That could even be if you're in a work situation, a coworker may be trying to undermine you to get your job, or to make you look bad to the boss, or just be mindful of people trying to take your power away from you, and do what you can to protect that. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Taurus. You know, as soon as I start to record, somebody outside my house wants to do something right around my neighborhood. I got somebody using an electric saw now. So if you hear that, I'm sorry, because this obviously isn't a soundproof room. But I mean, seriously, I'm trying to do this reading here, and now somebody's out there cutting something with a saw. Thanks. So the first card you have, Taurus, is the Nine of Pentacles. And this is being at peace and contentment with your life and having financial stability and abundance behind you. It could also be enjoying the finer things in life, maybe even purchasing luxury items. I said maybe, because sometimes I have people say, I don't purchase anything luxury. Maybe purchasing luxury items, but it could be enjoying luxury items that you already own. I hear you're getting yourself duded up, suited up, duded up. You want to look your best somewhere you're going, something you're doing. And you may want to show off something that's new. And for some of you, my guides are saying a coif. That's hair. That's a hairdo, new hair color, new hairstyle, something. But it could be something you purchased. You know, maybe you bought a Rolex. I don't know. But You may want to get yourself duded up, suited up, show off a new hairdo or something nice that maybe somebody gave you or that you purchased. You may be talking to somebody about how to elevate your consciousness. This could be somebody that's a psychic, an astrologer, a shaman, a healer, a Reiki master, a psychic development teacher, something. Could be somebody spiritual, like a spiritual advisor or a religious / spiritual person that could be talking to you. You could be talking to them about how to elevate your consciousness in some way. Maybe you're going to get into meditation or astral projection or astral travel, lucid dreaming, hypnosis, anything like that. I do feel that some of you will be getting something gifted to you, and for that's something of value, but it could also be a gift of cash. You may be really putting something together that works out well for you financially. It could be like a website or a business, or if you already have a website and a business, or you're self-employed, you may come up with something new to add to something you're already doing that could generate more money for you. That's also being mentioned here by my guides. So the next card you have in your reading is by the way, and the other sign that got 9 of Pentacles, Taurus, is Aquarius. So the next card in your reading is the Ace of Cups. This is new love coming in. It could be rebirth of an existing love relationship, or it could be about something you love to do. You could be filled with love. The other signs that got this was Sagittarius. You're going to be feeling really, my guides are saying, randy. I have a couple different guides here today. I mean, the usual ones are there, but I'm picking up some new ones, or they're chiming in more strongly in this reading today. So that means like you're going to feel amorous. You're going to feel like, I want to, date, hang out with somebody, be intimate with somebody. Some of you are going to go on some kind of date that I feel like you're going to go see a show or a play. Now, a show can be many things: comedy show, music show, orchestra show. But I also hear play, going to see a show or a play. If you go with somebody or a couple people, some of you are going to have somebody that gets invited, that comes along, that you may know a little bit or not know at all, and something could happen there. It could be a setup. For some of you, it could be a friend like not letting you know it's a setup. And then you find out, oh, this is a setup when you get there. But some of you may know this person's coming, but you're not thinking anything of it, but there could be something there. So new love could spark up for you. Some of you that are already coupled are going to be seeing the sweeter side of life and your partner in May. And you may decide to get a pool or a jacuzzi, or even put in like a pond or a fountain or something where at your property that you can either get in, swim in, or just look at. That comes up here. I know, it's weird. Welcome to Psychic Readings. You never know what they're going to say. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Gemini. Hi, Gemini. First card you got is Judgment. This means, what do we think about a situation? How do we feel about it? What's the word? What's the proclamation? How are things going to go down? And how does it affect everyone involved? I feel like you're going to have to listen to somebody telling you a really long story. And you're going to feel like you need to put in your input. Or this person could be asking for your input, but it could be, it comes up strongest like you're going to feel like you need to put in your input about their story. You may also see strongly how somebody's life has deteriorated. And this could be like a dear friend to you or a family member. And this could be just their life in general has deteriorated, or their home, or it could have to do with their health, or it could have to do with multiple reasons. If you take any classes or courses of study, or a webinar or a seminar or a class, or you're getting any kind of training, you're going to catch on to it really quickly. You may have to make a speech and or some kind of presentation where there are bullet points you need to point out in the speech or presentation that you have to do. There may be some real important bullet points. You could be involved in like a question and answer session. Could even be an interview for some of you, getting interviewed or giving one. It could be. You could have some people in your life that are driving you to change or to change something. Now, you could take that like, oh, it's my friends or my family, or, you know, my spouse or people I work with. This could even be people, listen carefully, this could be people that are annoying you by what they're doing or saying, maybe even not directed at you, but that is like, drives you to change. Like maybe you don't like your neighbors and you're like, I got to get out of here. Think about it. Next card you have is the Empress. The other sign that got the Empress is Cancer. So the Empress is a card that symbolizes a maternal figure that's crossed over to the other side, watching you, guiding you, caring about you. So it could be your mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, someone like a mother figure to you. This could be a maternal figure in the living. You could be the Empress. This card can also indicate the birth of a child or a business project, plan, or an idea. You may have to undo something that your mother did to you. Could be psychologically, emotionally, could be physically, who knows, or mentally, I don't know. Like I said, you could have to try to undo something that your mother did to you or directed at you, or just something your mother has done that you're like, oh my gosh, she really messed that up. Now I have to undo it. So it could be something directed at you directly, but it could be something that she just did that was like, you know, not correct or in confusion, and now you need to deal with it or fix it. If you meet somebody new, you can definitely trust your judgment because you're a really good judge of character. And even if you don't think you've been that way in the past, you're going to be that way now. So some of you could say, oh, I haven't been a good judge of character in the past. Well, I don't know. I feel that Geminis generally are, but in this situation, I feel whatever this person comes up, new person that you meet or you have to deal with, you're going to be a good judge of character about them, which will be helpful to you. You may have to hire a new employee if you're a boss, or if you're a manager or supervisor for another company, or if you need to hire somebody to clean your house, do laundry, landscaping, or watch your kids. Like, you could be taking on hiring somebody new. So could be at work, could be at home, but you'll be a good judge of character about them as well. Maybe somebody you used to have do your landscaping or clean your home or help you in some other way, be a dog walker. Maybe they moved or they can't do it anymore. So it could be forcing you to get somebody new to come in here. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Cancer. When I do that, I actually do have to remember what sign I'm going to say. I'm not just being stupid. Sign of Cancer. Hi, Cancer. First card you have is Six of Cups. And this is a card that symbolizes two people that have been intertwined with each other in a previous incarnation. And you've reincarnated in this lifetime to solve karma. You could be together until the end of your days, or you could break up. Either way, you could solve karma. This could also indicate fond childhood memories or children. The other sign that got Six of Cups is Capricorn and also Pisces. You're going to feel very attached to someone or drawn to someone in May, or maybe even June. And there is going to be a strong bond, or there already is a strong bond between you. So for some of you, you already know this person and you have a strong bond there. If you're meeting them new, you're still going to feel that way. And I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of things together with them in May and June. And I feel that the two of you are very similar, or you have similar interests. You could be doing poll taking or gathering information that you're going to put out there to the public. You could be doing it with this person. So you could be taking polls. You could be gathering information that the two of you are going to use for a podcast or something else that you're going to create. There's a strong feeling of camaraderie and sportsmanship, like good sportsmanship here. I feel like you're going to be doing everything together, and this could even be a sibling to you. It could also be, it could be one of your kids. It could be a sibling. It could be a love partner. But the two of you are similar. And I feel like you're spending a lot of time together in May and June. This person is going to be a good support system for you and you to them. And there's a lot of motivating each other going on here. You could also be troubleshooting and solving problems together, because I hear my guides say you two may look at each other and go, how did we get here? And then there may be things that you need to troubleshoot and problem solve. So the next card in your reading is the Empress, and I shuffle these cards many, many, many times. So when the Empress came out again right after Gemini, I was like, wow, Empress wanted to show up. And Six of Cups is a popular card this month for mid-May. So this is the birth of a business, project, plan, or an idea, or birth of a child. Could also indicate a mother figure, your mother, or you, or someone like a mother figure to you, and they could be living or deceased. You're going to be generating a lot of goodwill, good faith in what you're working on or doing. People are going to be looking at you in a approving and positive light. You could be needing to help a mother or mother figure out. And I hear as soon as you walk in the door, meaning like wherever a mother or mother figure is, like you're going to get blasted with, this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened, like, or I need this taken care of, or that needs to be done, or whatever, like, be prepared. So I really do feel for many of you, this is your mother. But if your mother, if you don't have a good relationship or don't see your mother, or your mother has passed away, then this is somebody that is like a mother figure. You could have a female or mother figure or mother telling you all these things that she thinks you should do. You should cut your hair. You should get a job. You should change your wardrobe. You should quit that job and get another job. You shouldn't stay single. You should marry that person you're dating. Like whatever this person, this female mother figure or mother thinks, she's going to be giving you full of suggestions. But don't forget, like I said, for some of you, you're going to come in the door and there may be all these things like the sink's leaking and a tile's loose on my floor and my upstairs light doesn't work and I can't climb up on the ladder to change it and my washing machine's making funny noises. Like you could get hit with all that, or you could come in and this person could be like, you need to cut your hair. Why aren't you married to that person you're dating? You know, why, get a different job. They don't treat you right at that job. Like, you're going to get hit with a lot of things. But it's I feel like it's not intentionally trying to be negative to you. So keep that in mind. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Leo. Hi, Leo. The first card you have is the Three of Cups. And this is a card that symbolizes parties, gatherings, celebrations that you could be throwing or attending. This could also be 3 sisters, 3 females, 3 friends. It could indicate help from friends. There could also be a celebratory conclusion to something that had been going on in your life. You may have to borrow something like a bouncy house, a crib, a piece of equipment, a camera, somebody's lawnmower, borrow somebody's car. Like, I actually feel it's more mechanical and machinery oriented. Snowblower, lawnmower, car. But for some of you, it could be something else. Like I said, maybe you're going to have a kid, a baby, come stay, or you're giving birth, and you don't want to have to buy a crib. You're borrowing somebody else's crib or something, borrowing something. You may really have a really keen eye in May and going forward about how something was constructed poorly. So it could be something you already own, or something you're thinking of buying, and you're going to have a good eye to look at it and go, that is constructed poorly. Be careful of somebody whispering sweet nothings in your ear because they're gaslighting you. Somebody's gaslighting you, so they could be buttering you up, sucking up to you. It could be a romantic partner, but it could be somebody else that you're just encountering and they're like buttering you up, whispering sweet nothings in your ear. But it's like a manipulation tactic. They're trying to get something from you. They either want you to do something or they want you to give them something. And it's like, my guides are calling it a form of gaslighting. And my guides are saying, watch how people crumble and fall away and run away like rats. When you spill the tea about something. When you spill facts, you spit facts out, spill the tea, give the dirt, say the true story, and people that are around you, these could be people you know, it could be people you don't know if you deal with the public, and you spit facts, and I'm seeing rats, but it could be anything. I don't mean that the people are rats, but I'm seeing rats scatter. They run away. They don't want to hear what you have to say. They don't want the facts. Card you have with it is the Four of Cups. This is ruminating, going within, overanalyzing, pulling at straws, worryment, worrying about the past. Could be having to make a decision about something that you could be having like to mull over. But some kind of blessing or opportunity could come to you out of the blue. I see this as you putting forward a lot of mental concentration and effort, and you get the answer. So I feel like you've got some conundrum, some problem, some puzzle to solve, and you're thinking it over, and you're mulling it over, and you're analyzing it, and bing, the answer, the solution, the key to solve it all comes to you. That's what I feel this is. Number one, the most strong. But remember, this is a general reading. So you have to take what resonates with you and throw away the rest. I'm not privately reading you. So think about that. That's why you really should watch your sun sign, rising sign, and moon sign, if you know it. You know, you got to be careful that you don't build castles in the air, because you could get a reality check this month. That could also be what's happening here. My guides are saying, like, be careful of being too, idealism, like floating around in your idealism, or being unrealistic, or too fanciful in your thoughts and expectations, because this cup may be a reality check. You're too hard on yourself, and you make yourself nuts about people getting on your skin, getting on your nerves, frustrating you. This could be people you know. It could be people you don't know. It could be the public if you have to deal with the public. It could be, friends, family members, co-workers, could be employees, could be just people you hear, watch on the internet or on the TV, on legacy media or social media, either way. But it's like people really aggravate you, get under your skin and make you feel nuts. That's what my guides just said. Now, not all Leos are like that. Maybe I'm talking more to Leo rising people. I really don't know, but try not to let people get on your nerves and get under your skin. Especially friends or family, because you do have the Three of Cups here with it. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Virgo. Hi, Virgo. The first card you have is the Magician. The other sign that got the Magician for this mid-month was Aries. So the Magician is a card that symbolizes the manifester, what we think about, we bring about, what's in the ethers and in the spiritual plane and in your mind, you can manifest into physical reality, and you have all the tools in front of you with which to do so. This could also indicate trickster energy sometimes. I see some of you taking things out of storage, basements, attics, closets, or of your home or anywhere, garage, anywhere that you don't use anymore and getting rid of it. You may be getting rid of stuff for the reason that somebody could be moving in with you. Now, you could be expecting a birth of a child, or people temporarily needing to live with you, or maybe an elderly relative you have to care for is going to live with you, or maybe you're going to have a grandchild or somebody that will be staying with you. So you could be clearing out like a space or a part of your home or a room because somebody's going to be staying in it. Some of you Virgos are going to see some things that you own increase in value. This could be your home. It could be any investments you have, cryptocurrency, stocks, land, gold, silver. You may also feel like you're getting some kind of power back. Maybe if you lost a lot of money in the stock market, maybe it's going to be up, or crypto was down, now it'll be up, and now you feel like I got my power back. Or it could be in some other situation in your life. Somewhere, like maybe you had an addiction, or you had a relationship where somebody, you felt like they took your power away from you. An addiction can take your power away from you as well. So for some reason, some of you Virgos will feel like you're getting your power back in mid-May and maybe even moving forward. Because remember, these are general readings and timing is different for all of you. You don't all have the same birth chart. All Virgos are different. Dates, time they were born, where they were born. So this could happen for you later than what I'm saying here. Or earlier, maybe it already happened. So the card you have with it is the Knight of Rods. The Knight of Rods is a card that symbolizes a fire sign person, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. It could be you if you have a sun, moon, or rising sign that is a fire sign. You're going to be generating a lot of good faith and goodwill among people. People are going to be really approving of what work you're doing, or projects you're dealing with, or what you're saying. You may feel like you are a spitfire of energy now and moving forward. Some of you Virgos are going to be communicating with people you haven't talked to in a very long time. These could be relatives. I feel for many of you it's relatives, but it could be coworkers you haven't seen for a long time, or friends. You may have to adjust something that's going on with you to a new time zone. Like, maybe you're traveling and you have to adjust to a new time zone, or maybe you're moving out of your time zone to another time zone. You may be seeking out advice from a person of authority. Could be a lawyer, doctor, accountant, judge, I don't know. Somebody in a government position that has some kind of authority. And they could be a fire sign person. Or, like I said, that could be you if you have sun, moon, or rising sign that's fire. You may be really looking into how you can step up your game. So with whatever you're doing, you may feel like, you know what? I need to have more of an edge on the competition, or I need to have more of an edge at work, so I need more knowledge and experience. You may feel like that and want to pursue things that can give you that edge. Classes, courses, studying on your own research and study. I feel like that this is how you're going to achieve it. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Libra. Hi Libra. The first card you have is the Fool. So this is starting out on a new path and a new journey with high hopes and high aspirations, but you have to have your wits about you and not have your head in the clouds or have on rose-colored glasses, or you could fall off the cliff. So you have to be aware. It's a good card, but you have to be aware of what you're doing. Pay attention. You may be really getting sick and tired of people. You may feel like you don't want to listen to their BS anymore. You could have somebody, this could be a boss at work that wants you to take tests, exams, classes. This could also be people in your own personal life in some way. Maybe they want you to get some kind of an exam or take some kind of test. That could be medical. So it could be at work or, but it could be family related in regard to your health. You may be thinking about like, how do I spend my time and my money? I would like to get out of it. So something that you've been doing, you may feel like, how am I spending my time? How am I spending my money? I don't want to do this anymore. It could have to do with a job. It could also be like something like a habit that you have. Maybe it's too much time on the phone or a computer, devices. How are you spending your time and your money? How much streaming services are you paying for? How much time are you spending on your phone? And whatever it is, my guides are saying, you're going to be thinking like, I want to get out of it. You may also, my guides are saying, you may want to prop yourself up in a new way. So you may want to be seen like an authority in something, or an expert, an authority, or wise in your field of endeavor. But it could be a new field of endeavor, a new thing, like prop yourself up in a new way so people, like maybe they always saw you as a mom or a dad or something else. And you're like, I don't want to just be seen like a mom or, maybe you, or a dad, or something that you always did. Like maybe you were a plumber for 30 years and you're like, I don't want to be seen as like, oh, I'm a plumber. I'm tired of being seen like a plumber or a baker. Or you may want like a whole new, like, I want to be seen as this, and gravitating towards something new. So the card you have with it is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the karmic wheels of fate turning in your favor. The planets in the heavens and the spirit guides around you conspiring to give you karmic good fortune. It could be a karmic cycle ending and a new karmic cycle beginning. Two major arcana cards here, Libra. So mid-May and going into June may be important times for you. If you enter any kind of contests, I feel you're likely to win. And I do literally see gambling. I do see a roulette wheel. I know there's a wheel on the Wheel of Fortune, but I don't get that. Like, I'm telling you what I get. I'm not saying that because of the card. That is what I'm seeing in my head. So, and my guides are telling me winning contests or games of chance or gambling. You may find a new way to make money. And it could come up in a weird way, like you're looking on the computer or hearing something on the radio, and or could be an ad on TV, and you're like, hey, look at that. Like, I could get involved in that business or that kind of, whatever it is. And you're like, I could make money doing that. So you could have some like surprising, unexpected revelations that pop up in front of you serendipitously, synchronistically, that lead you to something that you're like, I could make money doing that. Maybe you're going to be an editor of videos for people that have podcasts, or maybe you're going to edit books. Maybe you make a good editor for, you know, I don't know. Or maybe you'd be a good agent, like a good agent for people in talent or, you know, whatever. I'm just throwing those out there. It could be anything. But it may be something you didn't really think of before, or you weren't, it may be new, a new thing out there now, or something unknown to you, or something you never thought of before, but it could pop up in a way and you're like, you know what, I could do that. Maybe you're going to become a realtor. Maybe that you're going to be like, you know what, maybe you're done with what you've been doing and you don't want to do that job or that career anymore. And you may find a whole new way to make money, or even on the side, could be a sideline thing. So, but as much as I hate to say gambling, because I really do believe the house usually wins, I feel you could be lucky in contests, games of chance, and I hate to say the word gambling, but you could in May, mid-May, going into June, and maybe even out until the end of July. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. First card you have is the Emperor. This is a strong male figure, either in the living or deceased. It could be a paternal figure, a father, a grandfather, a great-grandfather, or someone like a father figure to you. It could be an uncle, a boss, an ex-husband, a husband, a brother, could be a friend, could be you. You could be the Emperor, whether you're male or female. You could be the authority here. It's often an authority figure. There's strong Aries energy connected to the Emperor card. This could be somebody you have to learn from. I get two things here. I get two different paths. They could be trying to teach you something, and it could be somebody you could learn from. But this could also be, on the other aspect of this, somebody that's trying to strong arm you into doing something. It's either somebody trying to take something away from you or give you something. I know you're going to be like, what the heck are you talking about? It's a general reading, Scorpio, so it's going to be different for all of you. And I don't know, maybe Scorpio's sun sign is going to be somebody trying to give them something, and Scorpio rising or moon sign, it could be somebody trying to strong arm you and take something away from you. I don't know, because you got both. You got a dichotomy here about this Emperor. This could be a boss that wants to put you out there to make money for them. Maybe you're in sales, or there's something they want you to do that they believe will generate money for them or for the company or business. This could also be somebody that is trying to work with you to build some kind of strong foundation of a company or a business or of a relationship. So they may want to build a strong foundation with you relationship-wise. Could be romance, could be a family relationship or a friendship, trying to build a strong foundation relationship-wise. But that could also mean trying to build a strong foundation with you, you being involved around a company or a business that you work for or are involved with. And this could be a partner, business partner, love partner, could be a boss. They could be a little dictatorial to you. They could be trying to tell you this is what needs to happen and this is what I need you to do. So it does feel like bossy energy. So the card that comes up with it is the Ten of Rods. And the Ten of Rods is a card that symbolizes moving on to new and better horizons with 10 rods of burden on your shoulder. The 10 rods of burden can indicate knowledge and experience you've gained that are trying to help you as you move on to new and better horizons. You could also be feeling overburdened in May or June. I feel like you're gathering up all of the knowledge and information or things that you need, and then you're getting out there and you're tackling it. And I feel like it is directly connected to whatever this Emperor is trying to get you to do. You may be, this person, this Emperor may be telling you, go get new accounts, go get new clients, go get new customers, go get new accounts. Could be like driving around making sales calls, could be via the internet through like promotions or social media work or a combination of all these things. Some of you Scorpios may be thinking of moving and wanting to live in a better or different community. You could be packing up to leave a home or a business or a job. If you're renting, you may feel like you need to be in a place that has more affordable living. Or even, my guides are mentioning rent controlled. I don't know if that exists anymore. I mean, I know it used to. That some places, especially in cities, would have rent control. So I don't know if that is a thing, but you may be looking for that because I do hear rent control. You may also have some valuable information that got lost that you need to now get it back or find ways to get it back. And this could be like disappeared in the computer, in a computer, or in a database, or something that's encoded that got lost or screwed up. And you may have to try to get it back and fetch it out from wherever it went. My guides threw that in right at the end there. So something to think about. I hope these messages were of help to you and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Sagittarius. Look at you, Sagittarius. Ace of Cups. Wow. You got two aces here. So Ace of Cups, the other sign that got that was Taurus. So Ace of Cups is a new love relationship coming in, or a rebirth or a reigniting of an existing love relationship. It could also be about love, you feeling loving or filled with love. It could be about something you love to do. Some of you could be feeling like you're ready to get married. So if you're already dating somebody and in a serious love relationship with them, you may feel like, okay, I want to propose or I want to be married now. If you're single, you may be looking to meet somebody new, like have a new romance. You may be also thinking about like that you want to be seen as desirable or loving and desirable. I feel like you're really getting things in order. You're going to have a lot more balance. You're going to be more balanced emotionally in May, going into June and July. You may acquire something. You may find out, this is how my guides are saying it. You may find out you've acquired something you love. So if you bid on anything with an auction, you may win. or something you always loved, like maybe you loved your parents' house and your parents pass away and they leave you the house, or a grandmother or a relative had this amazing grandfather clock, or something like an old car, classic car that you always loved. You may get that. Something could be given to you that you love, or you win something that you love. Some of you are going to find out that you got accepted into something. It could be a club, a group, an organization, a college, a training program, or something. You could find out you got accepted. You're in. If there was somebody you were really, really romantically interested in, I feel in May and June, or maybe July, you get that chance. You get that chance at seeing if you can make something happen there. So the card you have with it, Ace of Rods, 2 aces. Wow, Sagittarians are on fire. So you have new beginnings here with Ace of Rods. It could be receiving an inheritance. It could be a new job, a birth of a child. It could be a new love relationship. It could be your life is having a new beginning in your life in some way. If you put something out there, it gets approved. Like if you had to apply for something, a permit or a loan, or maybe you put something out there to the world for people to buy, there's approval coming up here with the Ace of Rods New Beginnings card. If you had been trying to change your diet or anything like lose weight, or maybe even get better health conditions in some way to your physical health, I feel like you're like, I did it. I lost that weight, or, my health is, this condition I have is turning around. Some of you could get proposed to. There could, again, I got that in Ace of Cups too, but I'm getting, could be an engagement or a proposal of marriage. You could be doing the proposing, or you could be receiving it. You could uncover or unearth something that could be a real treasure. Like, let's say you go into an old building that's dilapidated, and you have to go through dirt, rubble, old stuff decaying, and you start picking pieces up. What's under here? What's over here? What's under this? And you find some treasure. You know what show is popping in my head, if you guys know it, that show American Pickers, how they go into like these buildings that are, some of them are so nasty and dirty and old and things, and they'll dig through stuff and find, cool things, and then they don't refurbish them usually, they leave them old. Unless it's a motorcycle or a car, they'll do it to that, or a bicycle. But you could have that experience. It could be at a place that you already know. Someone in your family's garage or old shed, or could be a friend of yours' property, like they inherited it from their, uncle, and then you go over there and they're like, yeah, go ahead, go out in that shed, garage, whatever, go ahead, if you find something, it's yours. And maybe you're helping them do something, and you start lifting stuff up and you're like, whoa, da-da. That's what I see. Now, it could even be in your own home. Like you just are digging through something in a shed or a garage and you totally forgot you had something. You didn't even remember it. And you're like, what's this? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. That's what I feel is coming up for you. So I hope these messages were of help to you. And I do hope they made sense. So now on to the sign of Capricorn. Hi Capricorn. The first card you have is the Six of Cups. This is two people that are intertwined with each other from a previous incarnation, and you're reincarnating in this lifetime to solve karma. You could be together till the end of your days, or the karma could be solved by you guys breaking up. This could be fond childhood memories. It could also indicate children or somebody else that you're connected to. The signs that got Six of Cups this month, it was a popular card: Capricorn, Cancer, and Pisces. Some of you are reuniting with an old love. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get back together with them. You could just reunite with them, hang out, talk, chat, remember old times, or just run into each other. Could be that too. But my guides are saying reuniting with an old love. Now, you could be getting back together for some of you. You may be taking things that were given to you as a couple, or maybe just given to you yourself, and you're going to put it up for auction or sell things. Anything that got screwed up between you and somebody else, could be a brother, sister, child connected to you, or a love partner, I feel like it gets straightened out. Gets straightened out in May, June, or July. You may be mad at somebody that you feel that you worshiped the ground they walked on, or you put them up on some kind of pedestal, or you revered them in some way, and you may feel like they greatly, greatly disappointed you. And I feel like for those of you that makes sense to, I feel like it already happened, but you're experiencing the feelings of the aftermath of that. You may feel annoyed, like, I did everything you wanted, or I did everything you told me to, and then you fired me anyway, or you broke up with me. So you could be feeling that way at a boss, at a job, or it could be a love partner, because I get fired or broken up with. So you may feel like, I went out of my way, I did everything you wanted me to do, and everything you told me to do, and then you dumped me, fired me, broke up with me. It didn't work out anyway. So you could be annoyed about that. The card you have with it is the Justice card. That is dealing with court documents, legal papers, lawyers, judges, the court systems, anything legal, mediation, lawsuits, divorces. This could also indicate anything that was unfair or unjust now becomes fair or just. You could have some kind of divorce situation going on here for some of you. There could be a battle over custody of children or child support. That's just looking at the cards. It could indicate that. But let's hear what my guides have to say. There could be something that you feel cannot be solved amicably on your own with someone, that you may feel like you need to go through the court system or some kind of legal process. If you feel like your rights were infringed upon, where you could have been hacked, or somebody has stolen your intellectual property, or property, not just intellectual property, any property, you may feel like it's got to be solved through lawsuit, or, what's that court called? Civil, could be a civil suit too. If you work in the legal field, you could pass some kind of, you could be passing the bar exam to become a lawyer. Or there could be something happening with your career. Or you could be taking classes that involve laws, rules, or regulations. Even if you're not trying to be a lawyer or a judge or a court stenographer or whatever. It could be you need to take some legal courses or study for a business you own, or something that's happening in a job you're working at that now you need like training or education about. Some kind of new laws, rules, and regulations could apply to some of you. This situation, if there is a legal situation for some of you, you could feel like you're a dog chasing its tail, or the situation, the legal situation is like a dog chasing its tail, where you feel like it keeps going round and round and round and it's not getting settled or going anywhere. You could feel that way in May. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Remember, if they don't make sense, you really should watch your rising sign, sun sign, and moon sign, because I had somebody question me in the comments about that recently, telling me, implying that that wasn't accurate. But I have had people, I didn't think that when I first started these readings back in 2014. I did not think that any of the messages I got were going to apply to people's rising sign or moon sign or cusp sign. I thought it would be sun sign only. But I had scads of people writing me, emailing me. That makes it, my rising sign makes sense. My rising sign is talking to me, not my sun sign, or my moon sign was dead on, or I don't know, I listened to my sun and my rising and they didn't make sense, but I listened to my moon sign and that this month it made sense. So I'm going to tell you, it can fluctuate. Just because if you listen to my May readings at the beginning of the month and your sun sign made a lot of sense to you, doesn't necessarily mean in the mid-month update that's going to be the same thing. It could be your rising sign talking to you now. So keep that in mind. So now on to the sign of Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius. First card you have is Seven of Rods. This is closing the door or keeping at bay negative energy or negative communication coming at you. It could also indicate you taking the moral high ground in a situation. There may be certain things that you're going to think about you don't want to do anymore. You may feel like you have too many questions coming at you, or too many. It could be coming from work or a business you own or family. Could be the public coming at you. But you just may feel like you're getting to, like, it's too much. You may feel like I'm getting too many emails, or I'm getting too many phone calls, or I'm having to listen to all these people too much. And you may feel like you are getting tired of it and you may not want to deal with it. Could be causing you stress. You may also find, though, that if you put a block up and you don't engage, that's not helpful and doesn't work for you either. So you have to be careful of shutting the door and closing things off completely. You may want to get yourself out of situations and have practice total avoidance. So if you are good at avoiding things, people, or anything you don't like or don't want to do, if you're good at sidestepping and avoiding things like that, I feel you're going to be that'll be at an all-time high for you in May and June. You could also be stopping negative chatter in your own head. Like, you may be having like negative self-talk, or just too much, like you're too confused, you're like too many pros and cons. Well, this could happen, but that could happen, but I could do this, or I could do that, or maybe I should do this, or maybe I should do that. That's all that kind of mind chatter. You're going to want to get rid of the mind chatter this month and find ways to sidestep it, avoid it, distract yourself in some other way so you're not doing that. So the card you have with it is the Nine of Pentacles. This card came up for Taurus. So Taurus and Aquarius both got Nine of Pentacles in mid-month update. And that is being at peace and contentment with your life and having financial stability and abundance behind you. It could also be enjoying the finer things in life and enjoying or purchasing luxuries. This could be luxuries you already own or things you're purchasing. You may really feel, Aquarius, like you need to start to calm down. Or you could feel like the energies of the planets in the heavens around you are starting to calm down. You could feel like, I don't know what's making you feel calm down. It's a general reading, but something is going to be making you feel calmer. And you may feel like you want to start to enjoy the small pleasures in life, the finer things in life, like, you know, the old stop and smell the roses kind of energy. I feel like May is going to make you feel that. Like you're going to want to get away from the negative energy, too many communications coming at you, people you don't feel like dealing with and hearing, and your own negative self-chatter or complications or confusion, and you're going towards calmness, smelling the roses, enjoying your life more. That's what's coming up here for you. You may start to see how you fit into the world in a different way. And this could be moving to a different place or having a different career or job, but you may have some kind of evolution here, Aquarius, where you're starting to see how you fit into the world in a different way than what you have been for a while. You may decide to take time off, go on a vacation, or just take time off like a vacation is taking time off, but you could literally go on vacation to go somewhere, like travel somewhere. You may also feel like you have to spend some money to change your home environment. You may need to like get new windows, get new doors, get new flooring, get new shades or blinds or curtains, or, you know, so there may be some money you have to spend on upgrading or improving or taking care of things in your home. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Pisces. Hi, Pisces. So the first card you have is the Six of Cups, which keeps coming up this month. The signs that got it are Capricorn, Cancer, and Pisces. This is a card that symbolizes two people that are intertwined with each other from a previous incarnation. You've reincarnated in this lifetime to be together in some form or another and solve karma. It could be romantically or otherwise. It could be a sibling or a friend or a love partner. It could be any. This could also indicate fond childhood memories and children. Some of you are going to be getting familiar with someone. Some of you, this could be someone you knew from before, earlier in this lifetime or in a previous lifetime. You're going to see eye to eye. You're going to make things happen. Now, for some of you, this could be a project that you're going to work on together, a business or some project. But for some of you, it could be romantic. And you could really even get ahead of yourself with this person and start really planning and talking about the future and things that you want to do together. It could be in a work or business related sense, or a project that you want to work on with somebody. It could be a relationship about, you know, putting your heads together to work on making something happen relationship wise. You may both start to have dreams about your past together. So, could be past of this lifetime, could be past of previous lifetimes. You may start having dreams about them and them about you. This could be somebody you make a deal with them. You come to some kind of, because I say, we're making a deal and shaking hands. But that could even be about a love relationship. It doesn't just have to be a business partnership or some project. It could be love, like, well, we're making a deal, we're going to be together. Or we're making a deal, we're going to, you know, get this business off the ground. Or we're making a deal, we're going to, you know, get this project up and running. If this is a romantic partner to you, you're going to be very simpatico, especially in the physical aspects of the relationship, intimacy-wise. Because I do feel like you get bunched up or linked up together, and that the two of you are kind of trying to figure out, how are we going to make this work? Regardless, whether it's love, business, or a project. Person card you have with it is the Knight of Swords. This is an air sign person, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. It could be you, Pisces, if your sun, moon, or rising sign is an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. This could be some of you could have somebody come in and sweep you off your feet. And it could be this air sign. You may find them quite intriguing, and whoever this is could be a real go-getter. Now, you may already be intertwined with them. This could be your significant other. This could be a friend or some business associate that you're already in a partnership with. So for some of you, this isn't necessarily new. This could be just highlighting this going on in May, and you're already intertwined with them in some manner. This person could be very forceful about, we got to get this done, or we got to take care of it in the here and now. So this could be somebody that's not going to like casually sashay in. They're going to come in and be like, we got to get this moving, or we got to make this happen. This could be somebody that's telling you, don't waste your time, don't squander your time or squander your resources. Don't waste time, you know, we got to get to it, whatever it is. Like, they're going to be charged up about this, and they're not going to want you to, they're not going to like it if you're too much like floaty, dreamy, let's take our time, because they're not like that. Or at least they're not like that about whatever's going on here in May. They want action here. Even if there are things where you don't see eye to eye or that put you at odds with each other, regardless of the relationship status situation here, I do feel like it's workable, doable, and things can be cohesive and healed and come together here. So even if you're at odds over certain aspects of whatever's going on with you two, it's not something that can't be worked out, fixed, healed, and move forward. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like this video and share it with others and subscribe to this channel. All of those things really help this channel grow. And, you know, comment down below. Let me know how your mid-May is going. Hopefully you're having a good May. There's a lot of positive energy this month. So I truly hope the best for all of you out there. And if you would like to get any of the special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand videos, I post all, not all, because, you know, I have years of these videos. Since 2015, I've been doing the Vimeo videos. So the most recently recorded video series links to Vimeo are down below in the description box. And mostly all of them are over on my website at theluckymermaid.com. on the videos page. I'm behind on getting some of those over there, so I really need to make sure all the links are there, but mostly all are there. So as I said at the beginning of the video, if you didn't listen, the new video series I've recorded, the newest ones, is my Saturn in Aries psychic tarot reading for each sign of the zodiac. Saturn's going to be in Aries for 2.5 years. So you may want to see what my guides got for you in regard to that. I did think that they were very interesting and insightful readings. And I also felt the same way about the Neptune in Aries psychic tarot readings for the next 14 years. They're long videos. They're almost an hour long. So you may want to check those out. And both of those video series, check back to on them over the years as they're moving forward, because, you know, are you going to remember what I said 7 years from now in that Neptune reading? You may want to go back to it and look at it later. Also, my past, present, and future psychic tarot readings using the Osha Zen Tarot deck are available on Vimeo for each sign of the zodiac. And also my What's Lucky and New for You in 2025 Psychic Tarot and Oracle card readings. We still have, what, how many months? 7, 8 months left, or 7 months left of 2025. If you haven't seen What's Lucky and New for You yet, you may want to watch those videos. Also my financial Psychic Tarot readings for 2025 for each sign. And my Big Love readings for 2025 for singles and couples. They're both combined in one reading, but I recommend you watch the entire reading. First half of the reading singles, second half of the readings couples, but there can be crossover in the messages, so I would watch the entire video. Also, all these videos are for each sign of the zodiac. The next I have available is the New Year 2025 10-card Celtic Cross Psychic Tarot reading. So for the new year, I do a 10-card Celtic Cross. That's 10 cards, lots of predictions and messages in those readings. If you haven't watched the New Year's readings yet, you may want to look at that. And also my Psychic Crystal readings for the new year of 2025 are also available. And we have 2 eclipses that happened in March. You're still being affected by those eclipses. The first one is the eclipse effects from the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, which happened on March 14th, 2025. I did Psychic Tarot, Crystal, and Oracle card readings for that eclipse. And I also did the same exact type of reading for the new moon solar eclipse in Aries, March 29th, 2025, Psychic Tarot, Crystal, and Oracle card readings. You're still being affected by those eclipses. Sometimes eclipses can last up to a year. But I did hear an astrologer, a very good astrologer, say recently that some eclipse effects can last for 3 years. I had never heard that before. So you may want to watch the eclipse readings. A lot of people do tell me they're like private readings. So you may want to look at those if you haven't gotten them yet. Also, I do post readings that I use tarot cards and oracle cards when I have time and I can get to do so on my social media pages at the Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook and Pamela Georgel at the Lucky Mermaid on X, and also this community post of my YouTube channel, Pamela Georgel. I post these readings there. They're in writing. I do have an Instagram, which is the Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram. But to be honest with you, I mean, I may go back to using it again, but I stopped using it because the scamming is so horrible there. Do not fall for anybody contacting you in the comments section on YouTube or social media pages anywhere that are claiming to be me. These scammers can copy your pictures. They can copy my pictures. I see them. They do it to other people, not just mine. They do it to astrologers. They do it to other types of video content, and they can make a whole profile that looks like it's the person you like to watch, and it's not. But it's spelled differently, or they add a dot or a hyphen or something, so that they can copy the whole lineup and make it look like it's exactly the person you like to watch. Do not fall for it. I'm only going to contact you if you're on my wait list, which is closed now as of 2018, but there's still many, many people on it, or on my cancellations list. If you're not on either of those two lists, I'm not writing you or I'm not writing you to see if you want a private reading with me. So I never do that. I don't solicit people on my social media pages or in the comments section. So please report those people and block them. If you'd like to make a donation to this channel, it helps support this channel. It helps to keep it going. Some of you don't want to buy the Vimeo videos. Maybe you don't want to go through with purchasing them, because that keeps this channel going. The Vimeo videos is what keeps this channel going, and your donations. So I do truly appreciate it. There's a link down below connected to PayPal underneath all the video series I have linked if you want to make a donation. And thank you for your kindness and your donations and all of your kind comments. I do truly appreciate it. So I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of May, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.